Ella had never lived for luxury. Her clothes were plain. Her smile quiet. But her heart, it was gold. She'd heard Michael talk about a car, not just any car. A rare model from the luxury Polaris dealership. So one rainy morning, she made up her mind. He's done so much for me, just once I want to surprise him. She stepped into the showroom. The floor gleamed under her simple shoes. Every man in a tailored suit turned and stared. Salesman 1 whispering, "Who let her in?" Salesman 2 chuckles. "Looks like she took a wrong turn from Walmart." Ella felt it. Every glance. Every grin. But she held her purse close and walked toward the car. Ella in kind voice. "Excuse me, I'd like to know the price for this model." Salesman condescending. "Ma'am, this car isn't just expensive, it's exclusive." He looks her up and down. "Do you have an appointment?" She smiled nervously. She didn't need an appointment. She had money. But what she didn't have was the look they respected. Salesman. "Sorry, our cars aren't available for window shoppers." Staff behind laughter. The laughter grew louder. One salesman pointed at her sneakers. Another offered her a coffee cup. "To collect coins." "Ella, I have the money, I just want." Salesman interrupts him. "Let me walk you out." The man grabbed her by the elbow. Not harshly, but enough to make the message clear. She was not welcome. Her purse slipped. Coins clattered. Her face flushed red. She bent down in the rain, picking up what dignity she had left. And as the doors closed behind her, she heard them laughing. That night she didn't eat. She didn't cry. She just sat on the edge of the bed staring at the floor. Michael concerned. "Ella, what happened today?" Ella softly whispered. "I tried to buy you that car. They said I don't belong there." Michael froze. He stood up slowly, eyes dark with a fury Ella had never seen before. Michael said in cold and dangerous tone, "Tomorrow that dealership, they thought she was nobody. But tomorrow, the man behind her name would remind them who she was." The next morning the dealership was quiet. The same men stood in their suits, confident, smug, unaware. He walked in. Michael Donovan. Not in a suit, but in calm silence. He didn't look like a billionaire. Salesman 1 approaching casually. "Sir, welcome to Polaris, how can I?" Michael interrupted him and said, "Get me your manager." Manager cheerful. "Good morning, sir, are you here to view one of our elite models?" Michael says in cold tone, "No, I'm here because yesterday you humiliated my wife." The manager blinked. He looked to his salesman. Their smiles faded. One by one, they began to realize who this man was. Michael had already seen the footage. He watched them mock her, push her, laugh when she fell. And that was all he needed. Michael slowly say, "Tell me, how much is this building worth?" Manager confused, stammering. "I beg your pardon, sir." Michael said, "Name your number right now, I'm buying this dealership." There are heavy silence. They thought he was joking. Until his assistant stepped in. Assistant holding tablet. "Purchase documents ready, Mr. Donovan, funds cleared." Manager panicking. Wait, Mr. Donovan, this is highly unusual." Michael interrupt him. "What's unusual is kicking my wife out of a store she could have owned in one swipe." Papers were signed. The manager fired. The 3 salesmen dismissed. Michael calmly said, "Effective immediately, you're done here." In less than 30 minutes, Polaris dealership changed hands. Ella still at home, unaware. Michael just getting started. Michael calm on phone. "Ella, can you come to the dealership?" Ella nervous. "Why?" Michael said, "I want you to choose your car as the new owner." She walked in. The same floors. The same showroom. But this time heads turned in respect. Michael smiling and said, "Welcome back, this dealership is now yours." Ella shocked, teary. "Michael, you didn't have to." Michael softly. "You stood in the rain for me. Now they'll stand for you." Cameras flashed. Former employees watched from outside, humiliated. A woman they laughed at now walked with power. And the man who loved her didn't need to shout. His silence was louder than any revenge. It's time for her transformation. The next morning the dealership walls were changed. A new plaque was mounted. Owned by Ella Donovan. She arrived in a plain beige coat. But this time no one laughed. Every employee stood up, straightened their backs, Some bowed slightly. Ella said softly, I don't want fear, I want respect. Ella said, I want to see every recording from the past 2 years. What she saw wasn't just rudeness. It was corruption. Fake invoices. Customers overcharged. Vehicles tampered with. Some victims were elderly. Ella coldly said, they preyed on the weak. She began digging. One paper led to another. A former salesman was running a scam ring through the service department. He had ties with luxury gangs overseas. Ella to legal team. I want names, I want arrests, and I want it all documented. We're not just cleaning house. We're turning this place into justice. Ella met with the district attorney. DA respectfully. You've uncovered something big, Mrs. Donovan. Are you ready for the storm this will bring? Ella. I lived through the storm the day they laughed at me. Now it's their turn. A press conference was called. Ella stood at the podium. Ella said, this dealership was built to serve luxury, but it began to rot from within. I was once told I didn't belong here today. I say this place now belongs to everyone who was ever dismissed, mocked, or ignored. We are done bowing. Crowd claps, flashbulbs pop, reporters cheer. The corrupt former manager had fled. But Ella tracked him to his new hideout, a fake automotive consultancy firm. Ella looking to his face. Did you think I'd forget? You didn't just laugh at me. You stole from families. Ringleader scoffs. You don't scare me. You're just a woman in heels. Ella smirking. And you're just a man in cuffs. The dealership story went viral. Woman once mocked becomes CEO, cleans house. Interviews, talk shows, documentaries. But Ella stayed quiet. Her revenge wasn't loud. It was precise. Patient. Ruthless in silence. Michael said, you didn't just take it back, you rebuilt it. Ella started smiling and said, I didn't want revenge, I wanted change. And change is what she became as protection. Ella launched a program. Drive with Dignity, free car diagnostics for single mothers, veterans, and elderly citizens. Employee watching her. She's not like the others. Ella quietly overheard. We don't sell power, we offer peace. The name Polaris was removed. In its place, a new brand. E. Donovan Automotive. Its symbol, a pair of open hands holding keys. The message was clear. This empire was built for the people they once ignored. Sales tripled. Customers poured in. Competitors panicked. Even luxury brands begged to have their cars featured in her store. Investor on call. Ella Donovan, she's the next queen of auto retail. But as the success grew, so did the shadows behind it. Ella discovered files hidden in the server, blackmail photos, bribe logs, and a list titled Untouchable Clients. It included politicians, judges, and even police chiefs. All protected by the old management. Ella to legal team. We exposed them one by one. Ella created a coded database. She released it anonymously to national media. One headline read, Woman CEO exposes citywide auto crime ring. Former employee panicking. She's destroying decades of corruption alone. The mayor requested a private meeting. Mayor politely threatening. Ella, you're stepping on powerful toes. Ella stone-faced. I came in wearing broken shoes. Don't talk to me about toes. Pause. The mayor left in silence. Ella began hiring women who were once rejected. Veterans, immigrants, survivors. Mechanics, saleswomen, accountants. Trainer watching. They called her weak. Now she builds warriors. Ella closed the largest luxury fleet sale in state history. 38 supercars. Purchased by a foreign crown prince. All through her showroom. Reporters begged for interviews. Billionaires sent flowers. Magazines called her the silent queen of industry. But Ella stayed quiet. Always quiet. One day the same men who had laughed at her returned. Not to mock, but to ask for jobs. Salesman begging. Ella, please, I have nothing left. Ella gently. And that's exactly what you gave me that day. She walks away, he collapses sobbing. Other dealerships began copying her programs. Mechanics treated customers with new respect. A wave of compassionate commerce swept the city. Reporter. One woman silently changed an industry. Michael. I've watched empires fall, but none were rebuilt as beautifully as yours. Ella. It wasn't revenge, it was restoration. You gave me the power, I gave it to the people. They whispered her name in boardrooms in London. in tech circles in Tokyo, and in royal meetings in Dubai. Ella Donovan, the woman who built an empire. Without a single billboard or a loud interview, Ella funded something new. Not a new dealership, not a franchise, but a school. The Donovan Institute of Silent Leadership, where students learned how to lead not with noise, but with calculated clarity. One day, she received a letter, handwritten neat, from a 14-year-old girl named Ava. Ava, they told me girls like me can't run things. But then I saw you. Now I know I can be dangerous kindly. Thank you for being quiet but powerful. Ella didn't cry often. That day she did. One of the original men who threw her out, the one who laughed loudest, was arrested years later for fraud and illegal sales. But now, he was free, bitter, and ready to sue. Man mocking. You stole what we built, Ella, now I'm taking it back. Ella said nothing. No lawyers. No press. Just a box. A black velvet box with a note that read, "You don't own power, you rent it from time." Inside the box, a flash drive. On it all the evidence he thought was erased. Secret recordings, documents, his voice. He collapsed in the courtroom. His legacy shattered. His allies gone. One reporter asked Ella afterward, "Reporter, was this your final revenge?" Ella smiling slightly. "Revenge requires anger, I'm just very patient." One day her team begged her to write a book. She refused. Instead, she wrote a letter. One page, no title, no publisher. Just words. Ella voiceover. They will remember you as loud or soft, but they'll respect you when you choose silence with reason. Let your revenge build legacies, not wounds. And when they laugh at you, smile. That means they didn't see you coming. Years passed. Ella stepped into her final showroom one morning, dressed in beige just like the first day. Every employee stood, not because she asked, but because she deserved it. Employee tearfully. "We heard how it started. We're here because of how you ended it." A young woman stepped beside her. "Daughter. Mom, can I take over the keys now?" Ella says, "No, you don't take them. You earn them." Pause, she smiles and hands over the keys. The woman they kicked out of a dealership now had her name etched into global leadership. Her photo hangs in boardrooms. Not because she screamed, but because she moved mountains without making a sound. She was the quiet before the storm. Then she became the storm itself. And when the dust settled, she was the only one still standing by storm. Please like and subscribe if you want more videos like this.